All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Coffee with Pinnacle today. I hope this is going to be a warmer session than what the weather is like outside today. I know SA is quite cold, so I hope this keeps you guys busy. And so today Anne is going to be going over what we mentioned is how Pinnacle can provide opportunities for continuous learning, assisting in capturing and sharing knowledge, as well as increasing productivity using Pinnacle series. It's quite a large platform that can be used, but Anne is going to sum it down into the easiest and most user-friendly ways on which to do things. Also, please feel free to, if you have any questions, to put them in the chat. We will be covering them at the end of the webinar. And yeah, please enjoy. And like I say, I'm going to hand over to Anne, who is one of our leading customer service managers and is our Pinnacle expert. Over to you, Anne.
Thank you so much, Nick, and good morning or good afternoon to everyone. So yeah, I hope you have your coffee ready and have a few minutes to spare with us, and we will have a look at your complete online learning, training and productivity platform, which is Pinnacle. So if you look at Pinnacle series, you want to know why Pinnacle, how do you use it, and what is it? And that's exactly what we're going to be unfolding in this session today. And so let's start with what? So Pinnacle, for those of you who is new to Pinnacle, that's your complete online learning, training and productivity platform, which is accessible from work, home and mobile devices. And so why did Moderna decide to partner with Pinnacle to make it one of their products? So it's a platform that provides a space for continuous learning, training, and increased productivity. So when we look at what we can achieve with Pinnacle, with the continuous learning, we can, when you have onboarding of new people, technology training, targeting specific skills gaps, adopting new technology, and the list goes on. With knowledge capture and sharing, it's for capturing best practices, standards, company procedures, and workflows. And for increased productivity, it's how we can share best practices, consistent modeling, help you when you get stuck, for quality and consistency, and to empower staff. And I mean, I don't really think it's something, I think we all know that we need to be continuously learning and developing ourselves, but why is continuous learning and e-learning so important? In 2018, 70% of employees said that they didn't have mastery of the skills they need to do their jobs. And the stunning 93% of millennials, who is part of the skills force, consider skill development and learning a crucial aspect of their career path, where 87% of executives said they're experiencing skills gaps in the workforce or anticipating them in coming years. And 59% of companies state that their workforce doesn't have the skills needed to work with BIM. And that is where Pinnacle comes in. When we have a look at knowledge capture and sharing, 72% of executives said workers' ability to assume new roles is essential to navigating disruptions like COVID-19, but only 17% said the organizations were prepared to adapt and reskill workers. Then we have a whopping 55% of employees said that organizational silos are a barrier to effective knowledge management at their company. And we all know how COVID-19 has just escalated these issues. And when we look at the estimated cost of knowledge lost from employee turnover can range from 33% to 200% of the departing employee's salary. So for an employee making 210,000 Rand per year, that is 420,000 Rand of knowledge lost. And then when we look at increased productivity, then there's more than 60% of knowledge workers must access 4 or more systems each day to find what they need to do their jobs. 85% of employees report that they're not engaged or actively disengaged at work, resulting in $7 trillion in lost productivity. And 92% of employees said having access to technology that helps them do their jobs more efficiently positively affects their work satisfaction. So now that we have the statistics behind us, let's look at Pinnacle. Let's look at live how Pinnacle actually works. And I have my browser here open. You can see it is browser accessible, so you can access it from any place where you have a internet connection. Sorry, there, we're back online. So the Pinnacle series is a learning, training, and productivity platform which is designed to help AEC organizations overcome these three common challenges we see in this industry. And those problems are continuous learning, capturing and sharing knowledge, and increased productivity. So let's have a quick look at this browser. So before I dive into all the solutions Pinnacle provides, I'd like to highlight just a few of the cosmetic things to get us started. First of all, the platform is completely brandable. You can add your company logo, you can choose the colors for your theme, change the fonts, and everything on here just to make it more customizable to look like your own personal platform. You have unlimited amount of storage, so you can choose and so you can add your custom content. So this brings me to the asset libraries that you can see here on the left-hand side. There's an area here at the top for you to build your own custom asset library, helping direct your staff to specific internal documents and standards when needed. And then below the line over here is all the content titles currently available in the Pinnacle series today. And this list is constantly growing. You can see we have Autodesk, all these different products, Revit, we have Dynamo, we have BIM 360, we have Adobe with InDesign and Photoshop. There's quite an extensive list, and even Microsoft is available. Although Autodesk is our most robust and lengthy library, these other titles also have quite extensive training content available. Now, let's go back to the three common challenges facing the AEC organizations. The first is a problem of continuous learning. There's so much technology out on the market, and it is often changing. So how do we keep our skills fully up to date? And the most common approach is e-learning. So what we have in here on Pinnacle is we have different, over here you have your home tab, you have your work center, learning center, notifications, partner center. So let's see, if we go to one of these trainings over here, let's say we go to Autodesk, Revit, you see we have, you can actually first of all filter to a specific version here, and you also have your learning path, workflows, documents, and videos. So when we look at learning paths, you see we can do a specific learning path, like let's say Revit Architecture Fundamentals, and it'll take you back through from the beginning, introduction, through the different phases of it, and you can enroll in a learning path, and you also get like the course descriptions. You have workflows where we have specific, let's say we go to architecture project workflow, let's do a design a building shell. We have step-by-step and also this tree view on the side. with documents, because we all have different ways we want to learn information. Some of us need to have a workflow, step-by-step guide. Some of us need a learning path. Some of us are using documents. All of these different options is available. So a document will take you also with a step-by-step guide in the document, how to get to the different parts. And videos, we all know what videos are, but what I'd like to point out is that these videos are all 5 minutes or less. So if there's a specific topic that you would like to know, how to place columns, for instance, you can quickly get to that video. And what's nice about this video is you can, it's all of them are transcribed, and you can actually go through the transcription on the site if you think that is where the solution is, that specific solution that you are looking for, and it will jump to that portion in the videos. I'm going back to Home tab. We can also have, what Pinnacle also helps us to do is we have a work center where we can create a work group. Now, a work group can be for people within your organization, or if there's new staff coming in, it could be for a specific project, or it can be over the entire organization. And in this work group, you can set assets, you can add the discussion, you can add members, you can also add external members. And there's also a dashboard for further information set up. Now, this is the online platform and the different aspects of it. Do we have any questions? Okay, let's skip them. I'll check at the end again for some more questions. So what we also have, what is quite usable with Pinnacle, is the how we can manage this information. I'm just going to go out of here. So this is the Pinnacle Series desktop app, and you can manage the content. So this allows you to manage the content that is that your users are seeing on the web browser side. So I'm just waiting for it to load. Just on my other screen here, I'm just going to move it over. There we go. So you can see, yeah, with the managed content, you can manage the workflows, the documents, the videos, and you can even schedule live events that will be pulled through on the on your desktop, on the browser. You can add quizzes, and you can also add custom learning paths for specific employees, staff, or a specific group of employees within your organization. And then you can add the workflows, the documents, and the videos in that learning path that is needed. One of my favorite aspects of the Pinnacle series is the fact that we get all these reports. So you can keep track of what your staff is actually doing. You can see what's the period. You can set the period of the report. Let's say we want to have it for the last 90 days, and we can refresh. And you can see what the current enrollments are, the completed courses, the top learners within your organization, the learning time spent, the learning path progress, courses due. So you get all this information, and you can actually delve deeper where you'll see at each of these ones, there's a report details. So you can go into those details when you select it. And you can give, when you select here on raw data, you go into the user, you can see what learning path they've done, when did they complete it, how much of the review content did they review. So you can see all this information in here to keep track of your staff's progress. You can also go into the usage reports. And again, you can set the period. And you can see the unique user sign-ins, the active users, resources, access and use, and what's the top searches. And this is quite interesting and useful because now you can see what is the topics that your staff are searching the most. And do you perhaps need to invest in additional training or provide more time for staff to look into those specific topics? You can see what's the most accessed content, top content contributors, and other information. From the administrator utility, you can set specific users as their rights and which groups they are to. You can set the SSO settings, permissions. You can set expertise, who is a specific go-to person with specific content or specific topics in your organizations, and other settings. So that's what I wanted to share with you in terms of how Pinnacle assists with learning, training, and productivity. So that's short and sweet. Any questions from your side?
Okay, and I have a few questions. Okay, let's see. We have a question popping up here. CPD points. Okay.
Yes, thank you. That's a good question.
Yeah.
We do have, let me show you here. But yeah, we have some CPD accredited courses on here. We have our Revit Architecture CCPs, which is SACAP and SIOT CPD accredited. So you can see there's we have 17. There's 17 classes on here which is CPD accredited. All of these are 0.2 credits, each one of them, except for our SANS class, the SANS energy course, that is 0.4 CPD credits.
Okay, and then, okay, we have another question here. Is Pinnacle available to anybody, or do you need to be part of a company to get a license?
Pinnacle is available to anyone. Anyone can contact Moderna and we can help you to get a license. You don't have to be part of a company. If you are a person who has your own company, or you are on your own, or even if you are in the job market at the moment looking for some jobs, but you want some accredited training, you can join the Pinnacle training platform, where you can access this training and also get certified.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Anne. Okay, and then I think this other question also goes with SACAP. Is there SACAP CPD accredited content that I can view online, which we just covered? And the next one is, if budget is tight, is there different subscriptions I can consider? Very good question.
Yes, definitely. There's definitely different subscriptions that you can consider. We have Pinnacle Lite, and then we have the full Pinnacle. So our sales team will be able to give you exact prices and also the difference between the two options, what's included with Pinnacle Lite and the full Pinnacle version. I think some of the main differences between the two is the full version. You have customizable, you can customize the interface, you can add your own content, so you have unlimited storage space, where the Pinnacle Lite only has the these below the line items, which is built in the system. These above the line items would be the asset libraries that is custom, especially the architecture CCPs, which is SACAP accredited, and that is part of the full Pinnacle.
I just want to see here. Then I have another question here. Hello, is there a fee charge for this, or is this free?
There is a fee charge for it. You can have a monthly subscription or an annual subscription.
Okay, thanks, Anne. Just having a look here. Okay, and we have one more question that I can see. Do I always need to be connected to the internet in order to view content? I think you also mentioned this briefly in the webinar, but it's also a very good question.
No, you don't have to always be connected to the internet. There's an offline viewer. So what you can do is you can, at the home tab, you can, if there's specific training that you would like to view offline, you can share it to your My Assets, and then that and then download it for viewing, and then it will be available for 14 days. You can see here, I'm just going to share this image over here to just give you an idea of the difference between Pinnacle Lite and Pinnacle series, of what is included and what is excluded. So you can see from the Pinnacle Lite, what's excluded is work groups, support notifications, and offline content. So that's features that's not part of Pinnacle Lite.
Thanks, Anne. And then I think, well, this is the last one that I can see. This is from Tiro. Can I take a Revit Professional Certified exam with these tutorials? Say, for example, for Revit structure.
You will be able to prepare for your exam, although the platform doesn't provide the exam itself. So you will see here on the side, it's we have specifically our training. I just want to go into we have our Revit structure CCPs, which is our advanced Revit structure information, which you will be able to use together with the other Revit information on the training. Yes, so you will be able to use it for preparations, although this is not the platform where you actually take the exam.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Anne. And I think this might be our final question. I can't seem to see any more popping up. This one is there anything on BIM ISO standards?
Yes, here you can see here we have some information on ISO 19650. You can go specifically, you can delve in even further. You can change your search here on the site for specific information if you just want, let's say, what videos is available, what is Moderna specific, what is Eagle Point software specific, and you will get your updated search over here. Does this answer your question?
Yep, it looks like it answers the question. Thank you very much. Answered. Yeah, it looks like that's everything. Great. Thanks, guys. Are there any more questions before we close? Okay. And it looks like you covered everything. And everybody seems quite happy with them.
And also, if anyone has questions afterwards, that you guys are welcome to just email us at support@moderna.co.za.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Anne. I really appreciate it. It was very informative. It was a perfectly short and sweet but impactful webinar. Thank you so much. And
thanks,
I hope
Nick.
everybody
Thank you
else,
for hosting.
You're very welcome, and I hope everybody else enjoyed it as much as I did. It's always good to see it again, and it is an incredibly useful platform. So like I mentioned, if you need anything else, please, you're welcome to go to our website or email us at support@modernet.co.za. Have a great afternoon, everybody, and see you at our next webinar.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. Afternoon.
Thanks, cheers, guys.
Okay, bye.